Hello guys, welcome back to another video with Misty. Today we're gonna be putting our first few rides on. So I'm just gonna voice over this video because I did not wear my mics for this. So I'm just gonna kind of explain what we're doing from a voiceover standpoint. So my fiance Thomas is helping me today. Keep in mind while you're watching this, he is not really a horse guy. He doesn't have a lot of horse experience, so he just helps me out the best that he can when I need an extra hand with these first, handful of rides so that I don't die. And if I do, at least somebody's there to witness, right? So Misty has been doing really good about mounting and dismounting and letting me sit on her. So today we're going to try to get her first little ride in. Now, this is going to be very quick, very short, nothing special. But I noticed her confidence was pretty low today, so I was happy with what she gave me. At first, I wanted Thomas to just send her out on the lunge line. Now, Thomas doesn't really know how to lunge. He knows how to point, use his whip, and, give direction. But Misty was kind of just feeling stuck here. I think she just didn't feel comfortable walking with me on her back. She was like, I don't know who this guy is. You're on my back. I can't go anywhere because you're on my back. So we tried that, and then I decided, let's just walk her, a few laps each way. So once she just wasn't going out on the lunge, I just had Thomas hand walk her for a few laps just to kind of unstick her feet and just show her, hey, you can move, you can walk, even though I'm on your back. We're all good here. Okay, after walking her out a little bit, she kind of relaxed a little. So we're going to go ahead and try sending her back out on the lunge line again. So Thomas knows how to point, give her a direction, and kind of encourage her to push her out with his whip. Obviously, he's not using the body language and stuff that I use to lunge. So I think that's part of the reason Misty's kind of like, I just don't really know what you want, dude. I don't know who you are. You don't know how to lunge like mom does. So take it with a grain of salt. Misty does know how to lunge. She lunges very well, as you could see through all the other past videos. And I think she's still just a little bit unsure about going somewhere with me on her back. So we just had to keep on her a little bit. Thomas is just continuing to ask for that movement. He's using his whip to put pressure on her. He might give her a couple little flicks kind of at the back legs, but he's not hitting her with the whip or anything, but just encouraging that forward movement. And we're just going to keep asking until she just gives us a few little steps like she's doing right here. And then we ease off of it. And as we go, she gets a little more comfortable in moving out. And you probably can't really hear, but the whole time we're doing this, I am talking to her, telling her good girl. I am clicking at her, smooching at her, using all the same verbal cues that I do when I'm on the ground with her. So once she gives us just 2 or 3 good circles around, then I ask her to whoa and give her, some pets and stuff before we go off the other direction. Okay, and when we send her off the other way, Thomas is switching the whip to his other hand, and I am using my reins just a little bit to guide her head, kind of pull her off in the other direction while he encourages her to move off that way. So it's we're kind of using both of us. We want her attention half on Thomas, half on me as well, and being aware of what I'm asking her. Hey, pull your head this way a little, and he's going to push you off in that direction. So eventually, the next few rides, she'll start to correlate that. And same thing this direction. I just wanted her to loosen up a little bit, relax, give me 3 or 4 good circles in this direction, and that's really all I asked her to do this first day. Okay, for Misty's second ride, I dragged my friend Marissa out here, who is a former horse girl, so she's a little rusty, but she's got lots of experience. So we did all of the normal pre-ride groundwork off camera so that you guys didn't have to sit through that. And already giant improvements on the second ride with Misty. We did just go ahead and walk her out a little bit like we did last time, just to ensure her feet aren't stuck or anything like that. But already, as soon as Marissa asks her to go out and lunge, she's way better. I don't know if it's just the confidence boost, like we already did this once, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, or if it was just that, you know, Marissa knows how to lunge a horse. I don't really know, but whatever it is, she did much better the second day. She was already like ready to just go out and lunge. So big improvements there. And again, I didn't ask her for a ton on this ride, just go around with me on your back. I am giving her some direction with my reins, like when we do change direction, I'm using my reins, using a little bit of leg pressure, but mostly me and Marissa were just talking. So Misty's job was just to go around and get comfortable with my weight and spend some time with me on her back. And right here, when Marissa asks her to change direction, she does it the same way I do when I lunge. So just bend forward a little bit. And I am using my reins here, you can see, and a little bit of leg pressure. Not a ton, because she is still so like new under saddle that I don't want to overwhelm her with my legs. So just using my reins to start that neck reining process and push her off the other way. So once I asked her to stop and whoa, she kind of checks in with me right here. I love that. And that's where we call it a day. And I'll be so honest, guys, I completely forgot to film the third ride. Thomas helped me again the third day, and I just completely forgot to even get my phone out. I don't know why I failed that bad, but he was fine with it. He doesn't like being on camera anyway. But the third day, we pretty much did the same thing, but off the lunge line, and just sent her around loose around the ring, and she did awesome. So, I mean, no surprise there. It was a normal day. So this day, what we're watching right now, is going to be the first day I asked her to actually go off and ride by herself. So did all of my groundwork. Now I'm just putting my reins on, and I do ask her to flex around a few times on each side just to check in with me, make sure we're soft, listening, you know, to the halter pressure and my hands, that type of thing. So once I'm on, I just go ahead and ask her to walk forward. I click a little bit, give her just some little tiny kicks with my feet. And I was really impressed. Once she kind of looked around, she was like, all right, I'm just gonna go somewhere. So I was really happy. She didn't take much convincing at all. She's just like, all right, I got this. Where are we going? So on this ride, really, I just want her to walk around independently, just kind of building that confidence, steering her a little bit. But really, I just want her to walk around, you know, steer, stop, back up, all the just little basic commands. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, this way. Good job. Good girl. Good girl. You always want to drag over that side. Also, don't mind my hands being up in the sky. Most of this video, I hate watching myself back because my hands are like way up in the air. I don't know why they're like that. Don't ask me. It's a habit. I don't know. But I'm really making sure to try to keep my hands down more often. But Misty was great for this. I was really, really impressed with how well she just went around today. So that was basically it. After, you know, riding for 10-15 minutes, I took her somewhat to the middle and asked her to stop. And she kind of turns like this because I think she wants to turn and look at me, but I'm on her back. So she can't. She's like, where are you at? I'm supposed to look at you. And I asked her to flex each way, just checking in again at the end of our ride. And then I do ask her to back up just because I want to instill that like right away under saddle. And I don't ask her for a lot. I give my backup cue, which is just tugging and releasing on the reins, and ask her for one step at a time. So she picks that up pretty quickly. One step, stop, reward her. Good job. That's kind of her release. And then I ask her again before I get off. Also, here's your reminder to always check your tack, because for whatever reason when I got off, I don't know if you just saw right there, but my stirrup came with me. So I got off on the right side just because I'm going to do that randomly as time goes on, and my stirrup just slid right off. So I guess I'm glad she didn't, you know, buck or anything today. But yeah, always check your tack. So this next ride, I don't know, this is like our 5th ride maybe now, and I put the barrels out, which I'm just kind of desensitizing her to right now, because on this ride I really want her to work on steering and listening to my hands rather than just mindlessly walking around. Okay, we pretty much just mindlessly walked around the last ride. This ride I really want to start softening her head to the reins. So gonna go ahead and get on, and she's gonna start this little game of kind of backing away from me, which same thing with when we're teaching them to mount, right? If she backs away, I just go with her. We're going to ignore that. I'm going to go with her for now. As long as it doesn't escalate, most likely she'll just learn to ignore it, because she's not going to go anywhere. I'm still going to get on whether you move. So likely she'll just start to stand there. And I sped this up so it wasn't quite as boring. But just going around the ring, at these barrels, I will just randomly ask her to turn all the way around them or turn direction at them, do a little bit of figure eights. You can't really see them, but right there I have some trot poles set out, just something for her to walk over, a little obstacle to see if she's going to avoid them or not. And yeah, I desensitized her a little bit before we started, just in case my foot did hit one of these barrels, which it did a couple times. If it were to knock it over or anything, I was trying to just avoid a big spook. I did ask her a couple times for some little trots, which she did give me. Again, her confidence is low and she's not really sure if that's what I wanted. So she gave me a little trot and then was like, stops here like, okay, is that what you wanted? I don't know. Was I supposed to do that? And when she does this, I'm going to make sure to reward her, give her some scratches, tell her, good girl, yes, that's what I wanted. You did fine. And then we did the same thing from the other way. But you know, I'm not asking her to trot 5 or 10 laps or anything, just wanting her to give me a little something so that I can reward her and we'll gradually build up that confidence and do more trotting. But yeah, other than that, just doing a little softening practice, and that was our most recent ride. So as normal, ask her to stop somewhere towards the middle. She has definitely figured out where the gate is and likes to hang around there, so I'm gonna make sure I never stop her at the gate. And give her a few backups. She backed up really well this day, 2-3 steps, and that's about it for today. So hope you guys enjoyed watching these first few rides. They were pretty uneventful, which is fine. That's how I like it. And stay tuned for more. I'll be trying to train and ride as long as I can before the weather gets bad here in Iowa. Usually it's about January before it's just like miserable to even be outside. So we'll try to get as much as I can in. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.